Hi, Warrior families, and happy Friday. Mrs. Dial here coming to you from my living room today. Hope that you are all doing well. I'm so proud of the work that you have done this week, proud of how our parents have come together and strongly supported our kids, how we've worked in partnership with our teachers to strongly support our Warriors. We have this philosophy of being one team focused on the right things, and I think that you have all done a really great job this week, and our teachers and our office staff have done a really excellent job this week at getting our Tele-Learning adventure up and running. So thank you for that. I'm coming to you today with Tele-Learning Family Update number 5. It's April 3rd, and I just wanted to go over a little bit of information with you today and talk through this with you on video so that I can help explain a little bit more. So I'm going to go into present mode. And just remember that our two keywords, everything that we're doing through this Tele-Learning adventure, we're trying to remember to show care about our Warriors and for one another and to continue to try. We know we're not going to be perfect, but we will never stop trying to improve every day. Because we do have increased time spent in our Tele-Learning situation and we won't be face-to-face due to the school closure, we will have to begin increasing our instructional minutes each day to help meet state requirements. We tried really hard this week to roll out what we thought was a compassionate start for our students and for our teachers and for our parents, but we are going to be gradually increasing over the next week our student output in our instructional minutes. And that will look like daily an increase of 30 minutes per day of independent reading that's expected. Our teachers will help direct this for our students. An increase of 30 minutes a day of independent math practice. Teachers will also give in their e-learning templates directions on what that can look like for students. We will also gradually increase the core content minutes for each grade level. This will look different for each grade. Some grades will have block scheduling where they have a longer block of ELA and social studies on Mondays and Wednesdays and science and math on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then some will look more like they're gradually increasing the core content so that by Friday they're getting math, science, social studies, and reading every day. So we're trying to make those gradual increases developmentally appropriate per grade level. So just all you have to do is continue accessing the e-learning template on either the Google Drive for 2nd through 8th or through your Jupyter email for K and 1, because everything will be embedded there for you. We have tried to make that information as easy as possible for you to access. If, as you see this gradual increase in minutes, your child is struggling, please communicate with your teacher. Communication is the most important tool that we have right now to make sure that we are meeting everyone's needs. So just let us know where you're struggling. We don't want anyone to be left behind. We're trying to break down as many barriers as we can to make sure that all our Warriors are able to be successful in this new learning environment. Keep in mind that we have asked teachers to have 1 3-hour block per day of office hours, which means that they are checking email. They are available to chat with you right away during that time. We're asking them to respond to your inquiries within 30 minutes of a contact during this time frame. If you are reaching out to a teacher outside of their office hours, they may not be able to reply until the next day. A lot of our teachers and teams have worked 24/7 this week, it seems like, getting everyone up and running. And I've told them that's an honorable and noble thing to do this week, as we have worked to try to make sure that no one is left out and that there's equity for everyone to have access to this information. But I don't want our teachers to be burnt out starting work at 7 in the morning and working till sometimes 9 and 10 o'clock at night. So please just know, if you reach out and they don't reply, it's because they are off the clock at that time and they'll be logging in to check everything during their next day's office hours. Please, please, please keep in mind that our student daily check-in is what we are using for attendance purposes. So daily check-ins are not negotiable. While we realize you may have to do 1 or 2 days of work at once if you don't have access to a computer, or if you're sharing, or if your parents are at work. If parents are at work, we realize that that work may accumulate and may make for longer days for you sometimes. But please make sure that the daily check-ins are done, because that is what we're using for attendance. We have about we're running about 98 to 99% of students in attendance each day who are logging in and doing the work. And I could not be more grateful for your partnership in that. So just a reminder to please be checking to ensure that the daily check-in is complete each day. And that, one more thing about that, a lot of parents have asked, where do I locate the daily check-in? It is embedded in the e-learning template that your kids will get. It's already in there. So your students, I do believe 99.9% of them know how to do that by now. Just a few general reminders. April 10th was scheduled to be a student holiday, and it still is. So there will be no staff office hours next Friday on April 10th. Please remind students of the guidelines that the teachers have set for what they can and cannot do in the Google Meet chats. Everything happening in the chat should be school appropriate. If they wouldn't say it out loud in class, then they don't need to be typing it in the chat. Just a reminder for our kiddos. And keep in mind that teachers get transcripts of everything that was typed in the chat after the call has ended. And so we do have that on record. So we just want to keep everything school appropriate there. I know a lot of you are putting a lot of pressure on yourselves, especially if you have multiple children who have multiple teachers, to try to get them on every Google Meet that is available. We realize that a lot of you have limited devices and that those schedules can get complex. So please don't put too much pressure on yourself for that. We would love to have students log into at least one Google Meet a day if possible, but we realize that everyone's in very unique situations right now in their homes, and we are understanding and compassionate of that. So just parents, don't put too much pressure on yourself that kids need to attend every Google Meet that's offered. For the most part, we want our kids to be working independently. We are trying very hard to make sure that we're creating lessons that they can do independent of parent support. So while we realize, especially in kindergarten and first and second grade, they may need a little bit of spurring on from you to get started or a little bit of help with the technology. For the most part, we want our kids to be able to log in independently and to be completing this work independently and to direct their questions back to the teacher as much as possible. So we appreciate your partnership, but parents, we also want you to relieve that pressure from yourself as well and realize this tele-learning adventure is for our students and our teachers primarily. And we know that we need your support and encouragement, but we don't want you to feel like you are being given these tele-learning assignments, because we're working hard to show care and to try to make sure that what we're giving our students to do is grade level appropriate work that they can do independently. And just keep in mind, together we are better, and we're navigating uncharted waters, and we just could not thank you enough for your support and encouragement. So many of you have reached out to me, to our teachers, and to various people in our community to share your support and encouragement of what we've worked on, and that means so much to us. Please continue to offer us grace in this crisis, and we will continue to offer it right back to you. We love our warriors so much. We miss them so much. We would all much rather be in our building together. But we will continue to try each day to improve, to iron out the wrinkles that we're experiencing, and we will continue to give our very, very best. If your child is struggling, if you're struggling, I really encourage you to reach out to the person directly who can help you overcome the problem and overcome the barrier. Let's keep our social media posts positive for the sake of our teachers and how hard they're working, for the sake of our students and for one another, so that when we're on social media, we are seeing things that are encouraging and positive. So please don't hesitate to ever reach out if you need assistance with anything. We are here to help you. We're one team focused on the right things, and right now that's whatever the barriers are that get in the way of tele-learning. Together, we are truly better, and we appreciate you, and we wish you all the best. Stay healthy, stay well, and take care of each other. And hug our warriors and tell them it is from Miss Dial and the whole team at Imagine South Lake. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye.